fashionably late as ever here at the late night green. It was not one of us. We were both late, right, Jaychele? Huh? That's what I heard. Sources. Um, you had quite the day, from what I hear.
Yeah, had an
So
amazing day.
tell the people about what has been happening in the world of Jaychele today, because it's been a pretty big one. Is this the biggest day of your wrestling media career so far?
It's between this and Wrestling with Whiteness because I feel like that
Yeah,
was also
yeah,
my baby, so that's kind of different.
that
But
makes sense.
in terms of like actual content that like I'm fostering, like in terms of connections and stuff like that, it's a big day.
Mm-hmm. Explain to the people why that is. It's actually a big day for late night grin itself.
Yeah, I'm
So
trying to. Oh, I should have put the clip up here. Oh wait, should I add it? Because I have it. I just edited
yes,
it.
I just saw that you quote tweeted this with Joe made us late.
Wait, hold on. I don't think I even want to explain it. I think I'm just gonna have it load up and then people
Okay.
will understand. But on the other side, I interviewed Chris Statlander today and it goes up tomorrow at 3. And it was an amazing interview. She was so nice and so sweet. Um, there's some pretty cool, interesting stuff in there too. That's like little tidbits that you wouldn't know if you unless you talk to her.
I was told by Monty that there's one particularly hilarious moment in the interview where, we're not told directly, but he suggested it elsewhere. There's one moment where you compliment Chris in a way that's quite funny, is what I'm told. True?
It's her thighs. It's her thighs.
You really pop Monty with that. Yeah.
It was in the moment, and I'm thinking on my feet, and I'm like, oh my god, I have to, I didn't want it to be weird, but we were so deep into the interview where like it wasn't really weird anymore, but
Yeah.
like it was still like a weird it was fine, but I'm gonna play the clip right now.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
You're up next, and Jaychele, I will follow your question and Tony's response with a write-in from Trevor Robb of Post Media. Jaychele?
Hi, Tony. My name is Jaychele. I'm representing SE Scoops, Russell Purist, and the Late Night Grin. And I wanted to ask a little bit about the buy-in. At Revolution, there were 3 matches on the buy-in. Is there a reason in particular that you decided to return to the 1 buy-in match instead of keeping the 3-match mold?
The late night grin.
Little sneak.
Fucking rules. Do you think that popped him? Do you think he
Oh,
knows?
it had to. I think
I
he
think
does know
yeah, I think
because
he knows.
the way that they introduced me was Inclusive Creations, which is the production company I put Wrestling with Whiteness under, so I could have a company name whenever they ask for a company.
Hmm.
Because I do too much stuff to just always pick one. But I I knew I wasn't gonna say Inclusive Creations because I was like I have to fucking say Russell Pierce and Late Night
Yeah.
Grin.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say I'm slightly disappointed. I saw Shoot mention it. I'm a little bit mad about Monty getting involved in this. I don't really know what the fuck he's done to earn his place on
He
the.
always does the transcripts for me when I'm too lazy, so we gotta give him some credit.
See, here's the thing. That's a good argument, but have you ever considered that he's actually a piece of shit, or have you kind of left that part out of the equation?
He's nice to me, so
Imagine you said representing that piece of shit, Montel at Wrestle Furious.
that would pop
So
everybody.
it was good time. Was how was Tony Khan's answer? What did he say in the answer?
He basically said that he's announcing more buy-in matches on Rampage, and he said that I had a good question or a great question, whatever.
So do you think the Double or Nothing change was because he wanted it to go longer, that show? So he just, like, Darby and Kyle may have been on the buy-in, I think, if that wasn't, Vegas when there's a game 7 going on. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. Do you know what they are, those matches? Is that out there, or
Mm-mm, mm-mm. I mean, maybe it is on spoilers, but they normally just do it like via video, like they do the um clip of I don't even know how to explain it. Like Excalibur does the match announcements, and it's not
yeah?
like in the arena. There you go.
Got you, I understand. All right. Well, there you go. And you said Chris Statlander was cool, which I think is, that's not a surprise, right? Chris Statlander fucking rules. We know this. This is not news. But I'm glad the
She's so
interview went well.
humble too.
Yeah.
I was like, when you clashed with Jade, she was like, well, the match hasn't been booked yet, so if it doesn't happen, like,
Mm-hmm.
don't be sad or whatever. I was like, girl, you're taking the belt off of Jade Cargill, and this is how you're talking to me right now.
Yeah.
She
Well, I think
also
part of it.
she
Good.
also kind of went on a little bit of an intergender wrestling rant, and then she stopped her way like herself like 75% through because she realized that she might get in trouble for it.
Fair. Um, I think part of it is that Chris wasn't like a big wrestling nerd, so she's not like a mark for like a wrestling critic. Putting her over doesn't mean anything to her. She just kind of has fun with the gig, and yeah, she
Yeah.
doesn't like kind of get lost in the whole shit like some wrestlers do. Not naming names, obviously, just is what it
At
is.
the
You get
end,
what you
though, she seemed like maybe I'll get my opportunity one day. I was like,
Yeah.
Chris.
Who would you like to see a wrestle in a gender match in AEW?
MJF. I think she's had a match with him before too.
She just kicks the shit out of him and throws him around.
Or
That'd rule.
Darby Allin would be good too.
Yeah, that'd be good. That's the thing is, I remember, I think it was Charlie Evans, right, who had the thread about like intergender wrestling isn't a genre of wrestling itself. There are styles within wrestling. We shouldn't do that, right? Like I just sit there and it's like if she wrestled Darby Allin, that would be no different stylistically to if Darby wrestles like like a Powerhouse Hobbs, for example. It's the same. It's the actual same stylistic fit.
Yes.
It's because Chris is a fucking beast.
She said that. She said that she's bigger than some of the men, and I popped
Yeah.
huge.
It's true. It's true. She's better than some of them too. Many of them, in fact, about 80% of them. Anyway, enough about that. Let's not get anyone in trouble around here. This is Retire the Rankings. This is episode 6. We have missed a few weeks for a range of reasons. Okay.
I graduated, and my
Yes.
life fell to pieces.
And I was on holiday. To be fair, I think the pieces and the holiday one overlap.
They do.
But,
They do. They do indeed.
Because we don't want to do like the last 3 weeks, because that'd be very bad for our memories, we're going to just do this last week in wrestling. So Friday to Friday. You get what you get, I suppose. Just to update everyone on the leaderboard, because this is a thing that I do, which is definitely something that I'm confident on the numbers of, and if someone checked them, would definitely be accurate. I'm told that Daniel Garcia has 24 points.
Yes! Oh, I know that's true.
And I investigated how this has happened. And it's because he was in Anarchy in the Arena. And he was in
match.
He was in the Mox match, which is that was the double points week.
Yeah.
And he was wrestler of the week. Add up these numbers and you come to 24 points, which is 6 above second, who is Ray Phoenix with 18 points. Serena Deeb is in at the 3 spot with 15 points. I know, that's what I said. And John Moxley has got 14 points. Interesting.
Well, Mox makes sense that he's in the conversation. Deeb confuses me, but
I think it's because we really like the Rosa match. And I also think when we first started this series, she had that street fight with Shida. Remember the Philadelphia street fight?
Yes.
we rated that very high too. So I think that's what it is.
The way you said it just popped me.
What did I say?
The Philadelphia. You said it like William Regal would say it.
So here's the thing with that. I'm English. So is he. So fair. That tracks, You'll notice most of the things I say sound that way, actually.
You don't have like the so that sounds very mean.
No,
but
I
you
don't
have the elegance of William Regal when he says things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, well but that's not his real voice. You know that, right? He's doing an accent on TV. Like he's playing like a more he sounds a lot more like common like me.
Oh, I literally just had I heard that you were saying stuff. My brain was like meh, until you said not his real voice, and I went.
To be clear, when I say common, that wasn't an insult. I sound very. I mean, I'm what you would call. Some would call me a Cockney. I know, right? Doesn't that sound rude?
Yeah.
Imagine you would just stand there and someone would have said, "Hey, you Cockney," you'd be like, "What the fuck," right? Pretty disrespectful, if you ask me. But anyway, I kind of am.
I think I want to try to join the Grin tonight. Sorry, I know it's a random thought, but I'm gonna try and do it. I got an energy drink. I'm gonna do it.
So, this is quite the show we have tonight because,
in
theory, we will be previewing Forbidden Door.
Mm-hmm.
But our starting 5 of us 2, Confirmed Shoe, the Oracle of Wrestling, and old Bobby Two Shoes. Only 2 of that 5 is watching the show.
Who's not watching?
Well, Well, you may be watching.
I'm watching. I'm watching, Joe. Joe,
Okay.
don't ask any more questions about that.
All right. Well, 3 people on the team are watching, but Oracle and Bobby are not watching.
Oh shit.
Look at Bob. I will not be watching. So, Bob will not be watching.
Chris is
You're-
on the rankings. Sorry, I wanted to look
That's fair.
before you said that, but okay.
So I think it's going to be an interesting segment, is what I'm saying, Jaychele. I just think it could be. I hope it doesn't get heated when we talk about the Forbidden Door.
I'm in a good mood today, so we're gonna try to stay positive.
Good. Maybe we should talk about Liv Lexa at some point.
Yeah, we should do that.
The rankings in AEW, CM Punk is still the world champion because he couldn't be stripped. There has to be an interim champion instead, which is definitely not confusing and definitely does make me mad. Scorpio Sky is apparently the TNT champion. The rankings have not changed. They are as follows: John Moxley, Wardlow, Hangman Page, Adam Cole, Bay, and Jay fucking Lethal. Why is he fifth?
Okay, I'll answer that question in a second. But then
Right.
I would like to say that I'm slightly confused how nobody asked about Scorpio Sky being out of action in the media call.
Did you watch my show on True Heel Heat earlier?
You were on the same time I was interviewing Chris Statlander.
My question stands. Imagine you watching that while interviewing Chris. Hold up, Holbert's talking. Give me a second.
I gotta listen to Will.
So, Will Washington, who is a scoopster, whether he wants to be or not, we all know the truth. Will's a scoopster. So someone said, I think SP3 said, he was like, the trios title match will be Kenny and the Bucks versus Adam Cole and Red Dragon. And Will, in a very Will way, because he's very coy, right? He goes, that match can't happen for a long time. And not because of Kenny. And I was like, oh my God, Bobby Fish is hurt. Kyle O'Reilly apparently is like badly injured. I thought that was like a bit. I didn't realize that was a real injury. Apparently he's like badly injured. And Will was saying it was pretty legitimate, pretty severe. Now, Will obviously knows what's going on. I haven't got a fucking clue. I didn't ask him off the show, but I assume that will be coming out soon. Like, they're really hurt by injury. They've been pushing Kyle the last month, and he's seemingly going to be out for a while now,
This is fucking crazy.
It's nuts.
This is a curse. Something is happening. Somebody.
It's the door. It's the fucking door.
It's not
Close
the door.
it.
It's somebody in AEW.
Close it. Get it closed now. Well, yeah, it's freaking open.
Somebody in
Who opened the door?
Somebody in AEW needs to buy Sage, and they just need to sage the Forbidden Door.
The clue is in the name. It's forbidden. Stay away from the fucking thing, all right? It's been wide open for a year. Everyone's getting hurt. Someone close it. Anyway, in all seriousness, Ishii being injured is like, I've never known him to be hurt. Genuinely, it legitimately feels cursed. It's kind of nuts. Anyway, on the women's rankings here, we have Thunder Rosa and Jade, of course. The number one contender is Toni Storm. She has gone up in the rankings, which makes sense. She beat Marina. She's 1. Nyla is 2. Chris is 3. Serena Deeb 4. Britt Baker, DMD, is 5. Where are we at on those? Right? They're kind of interesting, right? Nyla being 2 is...
Nyla is interesting, yeah. I mean, her Dark Winds make sense, but, why is she up there, though? What do they even have planned for her? Because I know she's with Marina now, but they're not going to do Nyla Rosa again. There's no way. There's no way.
No, I agree. Unless Tony is winning on Sunday.
Stop. That's not happening.
So, does this say Rosa wins on Sunday? Who's next for Rosa?
A heel Ruby?
Yeah.
I really don't know what the other options are there. Oh, can I have that?
I don't either. I don't.
I would like to unbox this on air, Joe.
Oh my God, what's happening now?
I'm unboxing something. Wait, I can't even open it.
Oh my God. This looks like a great struggle.
It is a great struggle. Okay.
I think Andrew might be right about Ty Conti, actually. Oh my God. Okay, that's pretty awesome.
And I have another one.
Wait, he's called the God of Finesse now?
Yeah.
That fucking rules. So, what is, where are these his own online store.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
He does his own designs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I also got some merch from Kevin Blackwood as well. Do you know Kevin Blackwood? I've told you
Yes.
about him before. Okay.
Yeah, you asked me that about 3 days ago.
Did I
Kenny
really?
Kenny Garcia's tag team partner on these guys. We talked about this
Oh
pretty
my god.
extensively. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I have a horrible memory. I'm sorry.
All right, the tag team. Bob said this show is chaos.
That's the point. We haven't been here for a while.
The Young Bucks of the tag camp. The rankings are as follows: FTR, Danielson and Moxley, Jurassic Express, Team Taz, Keith and Swerve. What do we think with the Bucks? Short-term reign to get them back on FTR? Is that what we think is going to happen here?
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
But like, for how long though? Like maybe all out.
Yeah, I'd say all out, which is still a couple months, right? I mean, the thing is, right, if you look at these rankings, they may lose 3 of these teams because Danielson and Moxley is not a team right now for obvious reasons. We
Yeah.
hope Brian's back soon, but they don't feel like they're going to be a tag team for a long time. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, I think that's kind of done.
Yeah.
Keith and Swerve is,
I think they're gonna keep it though. I thought that they were gonna break them up, but I think they're just gonna keep them because they're doing dark stuff. I mean, I feel like it's a little further out. They're teasing it, but it's further out.
I actually think they should keep them as a team for a while, personally. But, I love them as a team. I actually think they should have won the belts, maybe. But you and I are both.
I think Ricky should have won.
That Ricky situation is.
It makes my skin crawl, Joe.
It's going to be a thing. You know that, right? It's going to be a thing. We get what we get, I suppose. All right. Well, nothing completely asinine in these rankings this week. So we'll proceed with our own rankings. Again, folks, this is not a double point affair. This is not a last 3 weeks. We're just going to do this week and pretend we never missed any weeks. My note said it's episode 5, but the Twitch says episode 6. What episode is this? Hello, Jaychele, yes?
It says 6. I just want to say that somebody that created a Julia Hart fan page just followed me on Twitter, so shout out to them.
Like, I'll ask, and I mean this sincerely. I'm not trying to be an asshole. What does that mean? Or what does that page post? Like, just Julia Hart?
Yeah.
They just tweet Julia Hart?
It's like their matches and stuff. Like little clips.
All right, well, there you go. Well, I'm just making sure what episode this is. Okay, we're definitely 6. We're 6, folks. Don't worry about it. All right, let's get into this. Jaychele, which match would you like to put forward first here as we try to form our official rankings?
The Raw Women's 5-Way.
Now, this was the match that brought a tweet forward that was, honestly, maybe the best tweet ever sent on the app. I was doing a show, I was doing the grin along, and I saw that you had tweeted something to the effect of, like, Alexa and Liv's sequences are my ideal women's wrestling in WWE or something like that. Like, you tweet about it like it was Omega Okada. It popped me so much. It was a lot of fun talking about it, especially that particular part of it because that was very funny.
So I haven't watched Raw in a while. I took a break from like WWE basically since before Backlash almost, and I watched Hell in a Cell, but I didn't like follow along with their storylines much. So I obviously knew that like Alexa was back in like her regular role, kind of sorta.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just excited to see the partnership between Liv and Alexa, and then once I saw them begin to tussle, I love when people just do those rolling sequences. I don't even know how to describe it. It just always pops me so huge, and I love it. And they just looked like perfect partners. They had such amazing chemistry. Like their styles meshed really well. And I think it was one of Alexa's best showings, even if it was just a glimpse in a while. And obviously there were other incredible competitors, and then Carmella was there too. And she won. So that's what that is. Winner, I don't give a fuck. The match I enjoyed.
I did too. I actually Sean and I talked about this a little bit a couple of years back. Alexa is really interesting in that she's made pretty obvious strides, but because of the gimmick she was playing, you never really got to see them often because she didn't wrestle much for a long time there, being like a character. She's never going to be, Misaharu Misawa, but she's pretty damn good, man. Like she honestly is very solid. Her and Liv are a neat like kind of dynamic, and they're very similar, but they're also different enough to be a cool team.
Mhm.
Like Liv's really good at like taking bumps and selling, and Alexa has so much personality in what she does, and she has all
Yep.
these different like little kind of character touches, and obviously she's a better promo. Liv's still finding herself in that regard, but I really like the dynamic. I like the match quite a bit. The Carmella thing, what are we both agree on just not really caring? Do we both kind of happily write it off in terms of like, it's a circumstantial thing,
I
right? Like
second. I second it.
Okay.
I would rather Carmella win and face Bianca than have one of my girls who deserve to be in the Money in the Bank, like
Right.
Alexa or Liv, be forced to lose to Bianca on pay-per-view. Not forced, because obviously it's a great spot for them regardless, but like
Mm-hmm.
they need to be in that Money in the Bank match because I think it's one of the two winning. I'm gonna be pissed if it's Raquel. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Bob's convinced it's Lacey. Like he doesn't want it to be, but he's like really confident it's Lacey.
I'm gonna
I know,
cry.
I was mad
Joe.
too. Yeah.
They did the same shit with fucking Nikki Cross last year. Lacey's gonna cash it in within the first month. Oh no,
Yeah.
sorry, the day after, and then they're just gonna go with that.
I honestly, and everyone knows that I pop for Lexi all caps, but I really think it should be Liv. Like
I
I
do too.
really think it should be Liv. Like it feels like she's been waiting for this moment for a while, and she's clearly improved dramatically. The concern, and Bob mentioned this earlier, and I agree with him. The concern is that you know, basically that they're going to want to do this team thing, and that will stop them. Like we'll save them for the tag titles, which is I don't know, man. It's kind of a
Oh
shame.
no. Well, I think they should just scrap the tag titles and just say, "Oh, sorry, my bad," and just go fuck it.
I'd prefer a mid card title, honestly.
I would too.
Yeah, I think I've always thought that would probably be a better fit, but I'm torn though because I think the tag thing could rule if it was done well. Like if
Yeah.
they did Liv and Alexa well, I think it'd be awesome. But they just, they really struggle with the tag, so they struggle with it on the male side too. Honestly, so I don't know. I think it's going to be on the top 5 somewhere. It is worth noting, folks. I have not seen in full Roman Riddle. I do not think you have either, have you? Or have you watched Roman Riddle?
Oh
You
no,
don't watch SmackDown, right?
I don't watch SmackDown. Sorry.
So that is going to be a victim here. The one show that I need to just let Jaychele lead me on though is Slammiversary because I don't, I was on holiday and I'm never going to catch up on it because
We're putting the Queen of the Mountain match on there.
I think there's a couple matches that probably could be on here. I
Okay.
wanted to get that because I can't bring them up because I haven't seen them, and Roman Riddle probably almost certainly should be on here based on the reviews, but we haven't seen it, so you get what you get, I suppose. All right, I'm going to stick with that theme actually. 2 women that were in the match. Asuka and Becky's Raw main event is my selection. These two have had a just absolute range of matches through the last few years, and they're common opponents. But part of that is because they are actually like great opponents. They are a really good fit for each other. Kind of what we were just talking about a minute ago in terms of that opposites. Like Becky's tremendously smart in ring and has a great degree of personality and character, but her offense isn't like very eye catching. Asuka, everything Asuka does is eye catching.
Yeah.
So it has kind of an explosiveness, and that's what Bianca gives Becky in matches too. And Becky can kind of fill in the gaps with personality and just kind of being a kind of shticky heel, which is very fun. They only had when I was doing Fed Dead, I think I saw they had 12 minutes, and they basically did like a sprint almost. They did like a brawl at the start, and they did some. It was really cool, and best of all, Asuka won clean, which surprised me. I really loved the match. What did you think of Asuka and Becky's Raw main event?
Yeah, I only saw highlights of this, but I really enjoyed it from what I saw. I was surprised that Asuka won too. I would have thought that they would have put Becky in there, but it seems like they're giving the 4 horsewomen a break on this Money in the Bank match. But I really enjoyed the match as well. I think that they're great partners, like you said. But I think the way that they formatted it made it seem like it was better fit for a main event than some of like their pay-per-view matches have, which
Yeah.
feel like their pay-per-view matches. Like I don't even know how to describe it. Like it was a TV main event match.
Yeah, and I think one of my favorite wrestling tropes that's kind of lost art now is when you take a famous rivalry and you do it as a TV match, and they basically do like a greatest hits version of their matches.
Yeah.
So like you use the Pitbull's like memories of the old matches. Sting and Ric Flair used to do this all the time, which I know means nothing to you. Still, pop. Sting's wrestling on Sunday. That's fucking hilarious. Ric Flair's wrestling at the end of the month, so never mind. Anyway, greatest hits matches. That was my point. Asuka and Becky killed it. The whole Raw Women's division. We've talked about it a lot. They bookended the show. It's a really fun division. It's about as much as I've liked a group of talent in terms of a single women's division as I can recall, honestly, because often there will be a couple people in the division that I'm like, oh, fuck, they're going to push that person. I honestly don't feel that with the Raw Women. I think like it's a really strong group. Everyone's versatile. Everyone can go. So I liked it. Asuka and Becky is my pick. Jaychele, which direction are you going in next?
I'm gonna put up the Queen of the Mountain match. I just talked about it before, but regardless of the match substance, almost because a lot of it was semi-confusing regarding Tasha being pinned a lot, but the importance of the match, I feel like, makes me feel like I want to put it on here. That's a very significant match for Impact. And in recent months, we've seen Impact let the knockouts take on more matches. Obviously, there was the Ultimate X match that happened and everything like that. So I'm excited for all of the different match stipulations that they're letting the women finally do. But I really enjoyed the Queen of the Mountain match. I talk with my hands a lot. I'm just now noticing that. Wow.
That's why you like Jay White so much. Have you seen how nuts his hands are when he talks? He's crazy.
I'm gonna have to watch. But we're putting Jay White on the list today. Anywho, I would like to say that I was very happy with the result of Jordan winning, and I was also very happy with that big bump that Deanna and Chelsea both took. And Mia did a great job too. I love Mia.
Is this your first time watching one of these matches? These mounting?
I watched half of one to see what the match was like.
Fucking incredible, aren't they? You have to hang the belt.
She like hung it and she took it right back. It was odd.
In 2009, Samoa Joe had spent the last 8 months trying to defeat the main event Mafia. The main event Mafia was Kurt Angle, Sting, Booker T, Kevin Nash, and Scott Steiner.
So just everybody who was like a legend.
All the old guys, basically.
Okay.
Samoa Joe had spent 8 months trying to fight them. So much so that he had turned to face paint and started wearing pants.
No.
Yeah, he had like face paint. He had like a... It's pretty phallic, honestly. But anyway, it was. I'm sorry. It was Vince Russo's fault, not mine. So anyway, he's been doing this for 8 months and he climbs the ladder. And he fucking hands the belt to Kurt Angle and just turns heel. As a swerve. And at that point, wrestling died. And we've never recovered since. Check the viewership, folks. We've never come back from that. Yeah, it was called the Nation of Violence. He had like a machete at one point too, I think. Yeah, he did, yeah. Do you ever seen the Aces and Eights stuff they did in TNA?
Joe, I've been on many podcasts with you where I told you my first interaction with Impact was Aces and Eights.
So, you know the Aces and Eights, right? Luke Gallows his weapon was a hammer. And he stood over Sting and hit him with the hammer for like 8 minutes on TV, and no one helped Sting, and he killed him. And then they started having like knives and stuff on TV and like guns. They haven't had guns. I made that part up. But they had like real weapons in like a wrestling show. And Gallows had like a ballpeen hammer and was like just fucking whacking Sting. So anyway, happy birthday to TNA. Queen of the Mountain, there it is, folks. Added to the list. All right. Let's move over to the famed All Elite Fleet. Dynamite Trios match. Will Ospreay and Aussie Open versus Orange Cassidy and Roppongi Vice. I thought this was honestly kind of blow-away great. Like, I knew it would be good. This way over-delivered for me, to be honest with you. Aussie Open have had great showings on TV. That's not news to anyone that's seen them before. They're a great, great team. Will Ospreay, while he is divisive for reasons, tremendous professional wrestler. And, I have to say that it was really great to have Orange Cassidy back. And even though he was doing his shtick and his gimmick of being, uninterested Orange, you could see in his demeanor how much fun he was having being back out there wrestling again. So I love the trios match. What did you think of the Orange Osprey kind of teaser that we got on Wednesday?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I am a big fan of Rocky Romero, oddly enough.
Yes.
I don't know. His style just really works for me, especially on TV. He's such a TV wrestler for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think it worked really well with Osprey style. Like he's adjusted extremely well to just being on AEW TV. It's like he was just like meant for it. Like AEW should have signed him or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I could definitely tell that Orange Cassidy was having fun. Like you said, he looked to be really enjoying himself, and he put on a really great performance as well. I'm happy to have him back. I enjoy Orange Cassidy more than most people do, especially when he's like just like dumb spots in ladder matches and gimmick matches and stuff. That's my favorite stuff, where you can still get some comedy out of him.
I think there's a misconception with Orange that because he's a gimmick, he can't go. And it's like, he's actually great. It's just, he's a gimmick, you know?
You know,
Like,
he's kind of old.
yeah, because he was fire and reckon. Don't worry. That's a different story for another day. He's a great wrestler. He's been around for a long time. Yeah. I think people think of him as like a kid because he's been doing this gimmick for a lot, you know. I don't want to get into Mike Quackenbush on this show. Like, you don't have to learn about him. Don't worry. Anyway, Dynamite Trios was great. Osprey, I agree with you totally about the way he's adapted to TV. And I will say, to co-sign your point, I've been saying it for the longest, and that piece of shit Monty always tells me it's redundant and everyone knows this already, but Rocky Romero he's the cream of the crop. That dude is so underrated. He's been doing it at that level for like nearly 20 years now. He's amazing. Yeah, I know. He's been working Japan. I think I want to say 03. Chat, someone help me on this. That dude's like seriously.
That's before I was born. 1 year.
He's incredibly good. I mean, like
He seems like a really nice person too. Like
Yeah.
I would love to have a conversation with him. He seems very genuine.
I sometimes wonder if he's maybe too nice. You know, not everyone needs to be on strong.
Oh. I thought you meant like, oh my god, like you mean, but like nice, but he's a dick.
No, he seems like a wonderful person, but sometimes I think, you know, there's something to be said for just saying, well, maybe you could work Defy instead of this 28 match New Japan Strong tape. Look, I love Strong, but I would watch that show and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Where has Rocky found this person? But he's great. I love
Is Rocky in charge of all of Strong?
I think so, yeah. He's very office, so to speak, you know.
Shit.
So yeah, it's pretty wild. He's a tremendous professional wrestler. And lest we forget Trent, who is look at this, by this is actually true. I'm almost certain this is true. I've not been home, but I think it's actually true. September 97.
What the
So
fuck?
he was 14.
No!
Yeah.
I feel unaccomplished now. Fuck.
Professional wrestling is back. Andrade made his debut, I think, at 13, I think. Bud Matt was a young guy. I want to say he was 15, maybe. Yeah, that's why you watch those guys take bumps. Like, they're so natural. Like, Rocky Romero, if you watch...
He's been breaking your body since you were a preteen.
Like, Rocky Romero's timing is fucking insane. Like, it's honestly outrageous. He's so smooth, you know? Because he was Black Tiger. Anyway, that's another thing for another day.
Somebody tell me how old Tony Storm was.
But yes, there's no... Did you see her entrance when she dressed as Suzuki? Did you see that? It went kind of viral on Twitter. It fucking ruled. He dressed up as Minoru Suzuki. It was tremendous. If you type it, you'll find it. Let's forget Trent too, of course, who is great, very underrated in his own right. Roppongi Vice is a wonderful team.
Oh my god.
Are you seeing this now?
Yeah.
It rules. It's tremendous stuff. Do you know some people in the True Hill Heat poll earlier were picking Roppongi Vice to win the match on Sunday? There's no way, right?
No, that's not possible. It's FTR. FTR won of those belts.
I think there's a real chance that Corbin can't win, but I'm picking FTR, but I don't think it's as much a lock as people do. You know,
that's fair.
I mean, you just said it. I mean, everyone just seems to think it's guaranteed. I think this could end badly. You know, I don't personally convince myself of things definitely happening. I've definitely not convinced myself that Claudio's debuting on Sunday, and we'll be very mad when he doesn't. You know, until we
Tony
see
Khan
Patron.
said that it was somebody who can fill the shoes of Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson. So
It has to be him, right?
it can't be Gresham. As much as I love Gresham, it can't.
No, it can't. And him in Blood and Guts is like
That's what I was saying. If
Yeah.
he wasn't in Blood and Guts, that I would say probably Gresham. Really, like if it's
Yeah.
gonna be a technical match.
The other thing too is, and I know this probably doesn't bother anyone but me, but I think Claudio and Zach wrestled like probably about 11 years ago now. Gresham and Zach wrestled like not that long ago.
Yeah, true.
I know that doesn't really matter to anyone but a fucking nerd like me, but like they had a pretty extensive series of matches, so it wouldn't feel particularly special to me. But I don't know. All right.
Also,
Yes.
I think that the BCC element as well, because they're joining BCC too. I don't think that Gresh would join BCC. Sorry, I just want to say that.
It feels like Gresh is going to be a Ring of Honor exclusive, doesn't it?
Jordan Gray said you'll see him in Ring of Honor, so I wish they would give him at least a few matches on TV though.
Who do you think he's going to wrestle at this pay-per-view? Is this fascinating?
Lee Moriarty.
But like, what do you think the
Takeshita.
level of opponent will be? Like, do you think they may go with someone like? Because I love Lee, we both do, but he hasn't been on TV, right?
Takesha's.
What's a bigger match, Takeshita or Lee?
Takeshita now.
I like the Takeshita one a lot.
Maybe no, he lost too much.
Chat Sam Brian Cage.
No, go fuck yourself.
I think they'll probably do like more of a.
Did you see that Kevin Knight is on the buy-in?
Yeah, he's wrestling the Gun Club.
Hey, I love Kevin Knight.
Yeah. You know,
I want Kesha to beat Joe. Joe, how do you feel about this?
I'd kick the shit out of him. He ain't beating me. No fucking way. Bring it, you piece of shit. All right. Where are we at? Dynamite Trios we just did, right? Okay, next one for you, Jaychele.
X Division match, or the Ultimate X match from Slammiversary as well.
This is the one that Speedball won, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, talk me through this one a little bit, because I was not around for your review of this particular match. I mean, I was pretty confident it was going to be great, because this crop of X Division guys is honestly as good a crop as they've had in like a decade. They're fucking great. Talk me through it.
Yeah, so a lot of the match was what you would imagine a modern day Ultimate X match to be, like those high risk spots, everything all like that. But Mike Bailey used a lot of like ab work throughout the match. Like he was up on the wires a lot, like, and he was even like delivering kicks and stuff like while he was up there. It was crazy. And Trey Miguel had a bunch of spots with Alex Zane. It's kind of like he was partnered with Alex Zane almost. Like there was a big Canadian Destroyer spot. There was a big cutter. I think it was from Zane. I might be mistaken. It might be from Trey to Zane or something like that. But there was a big cutter between them as well. And Kenny King looked really good. Andrew Everett was the last minute replacement. But he filled his role as much as he needed to. He wasn't really showing me anything special. But I mean, I don't know what to really expect. But yeah.
Kenny King's a guy who kind of like, I haven't watched Impact in a while. I'm going to change that next week. But when he came in, I was like, oh, fuck, Kenny's like very useful. And I know that sounds like I'm like a backhanded compliment, but I talked about this when Ring of Honor went into hiatus, but like Kenny King is one of these guys, like no one cites him as being like a must-sign guy because he's probably not must-sign. He's really solid and he's like a good promo and he's really become a pretty damn polished pro. I always enjoy his presence, so I'm glad to see he was good in this too because he is kind of the elder statesman in this match, right? Kenny's been around for a while. Like
they said he's been in 5 Ultimate X matches.
There you go. Yeah, and it's like I just think he's a guy who kind of flies on the radar, or people kind of look at him the way he used to be, which is you get what you guys suppose happens a lot, unfortunately. Would you say that was better than the Queen of the Mountain, just for ranking's sake?
No.
Okay, so
I mean, probably objectively, yes. Subjectively, no.
This is our rankings, so you get what you get, I suppose. All right, I've got a couple here that I want to cite because we have got 5 now, and I don't necessarily think it'll be getting broken into. So I do want to cite Bob Fish and Darby Allin. I was very, very impressed by Bobby's performance in this one. He's an old man, but he's
O'Neal?
yes. He was busting his ass out there. Let me tell you, busting his ass. Crazy spots. They did that car crash spot on the outside where they just like run at each other. Fucking ruled. It was not a perfect match. He had some lulls. Most Bobby Fish matches do when he's in control. They kind of, slow down quite dramatically, which is fine. But I thought it was a tremendous performance from Bobby, and I really like the match. So anything on Bob Fish and Darby? I don't know if it's going to make the cut, but anything on it?
Pass.
Malachi Black and Penta, I would also like to mention. I also don't think this is going to make the cut, but I did like the match quite a bit.
Very good TV match.
Yes, Penta appeared to be in the mood for this, right? Sometimes he's just, he wants to just take his glove off, and he really was. He didn't hardly did his taunt here. He was really working hard. I thought it was worth mentioning that. What did you think of Malachi and Penta?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the match. I thought that Malachi made sense to win, obviously, because all the CML, AAA stuff that Joe and Oracle taught me the other day.
CML. Sound like it's one word. Like, CML. That fucking ruled.
I didn't know how many L's I had said at that point. I just said another L.
You like sounded it out on an acronym. It's letters, dude.
I'm crying. Oh my god.
That's good shit.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, Malachi had to win, you're right.
I guess that's all of my point.
That's fair. Quick shout out. Look at that, dude. Look what they did. Look at that. They massacred my boy.
Oh my god. Were you still a fan then?
Absolutely not. I have no respect for that kind of behavior. TNA fans try to claim him. It's disgusting, Leave him alone. He's free now, you pieces of shit.
Do you know that Shoot sent me $20 because I said late night grind on the media call?
Wait, seriously? He actually sent it?
Do you want to see?
Well, I mean, be careful here. What are you going to reveal?
I know.
Oh my god. Confirmed Shoot. Wow. Most don't know that that's his legal name. People don't realize that, right?
Yeah.
Pretty wild when you see it come through. Yeah, he sends me money pretty regularly. For other reasons, obviously. But anyway. Okay. I would like to give a shout out to Solo Sikoa and Grayson Waller, who had a nice match on NXT again, not to make the cut. You don't watch NXT, do you?
I should. I want to watch Tiffany Stratton, to be honest, but I don't. The Diva stands love her, so I have to watch at least once.
I think you should probably cut that one off at the pass and realize that one will probably end badly.
I don't say as a person. Oh,
that's very fair. I just, I'm sure she's very good. I just feel knowing your particular approach to wrestling fandom, it could end badly.
Oh, I know. I've seen stuff about her already. I just want to see how.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm told she's good. In all seriousness. All right. So we got that one. I think this is about it. Anything else from Slammiversary, Jaychele, or are we pretty content to lock in our matches here? What do you think?
I'm done.
All right. So we have here listed. We have the Fatal 5-Way. We have Asuka versus Becky. We have the Queen of the Mountain, the Dynamite Trios match. Ulma X, Malachi Black, and Penta is the kind of 6th man here. Which of those would you like to be number 1?
Any women's match.
Okay, well, we'll circle back to that because I need to ask. Does anyone know if this is true? Because if this is true, this is like one of the greatest days of my life. Chat, inform me if this is true because this could be transformative. All right. I'll be honest. I think Asuka and Becky was the best match of these.
Okay.
I actually think it was the best match altogether. I thought the match fucking ruled. Asuka may be like. Asuka probably should come up more when we talk about just like the greatest wrestlers in the world, like across the board.
Yeah.
But because she's got that thing that like people kind of take her for granted because she's just been great for so long. So everyone's like, well, of course, it's Asuka. Sometimes I watch it in a match like this. It's like, and I'm not trying to understate Becky because Becky's tremendous, but Jesus, Asuka's great, Just a truly brilliant pro wrestler. So if it's cool with you, Asuka and Becky will pencil into one spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to then go? Should we just commit to the Raw Women's Division bit that we're running here and just go Asuka, Becky, Fatal 5-Way?
Yes.
Yeah? All right. Then do we go? I didn't see the Impact matches. See, the Dynamite Trios match was great. What do you think about that being next? Or would you rather one of the Impact matches in next?
I think trios should go next.
All right. Dynamite
And then
Trios.
It's my ranking now.
Yes.
So Queen of the Mountain.
It's my ranking now. All right. So we've got Asuka.
Oh, they're confirming she was trained by Greg.
This is the greatest day of my life.
I don't even know what that means, but
this will be a great bit tonight on the Grin.
Okay.
Remind me of this, Jaychele, if you're there, please, because I will not remember this. Asuka versus Becky, the Fatal 5-Way from Raw, the Dynamite Trios match, the Queen of the Mountain, and Ultimate X. Again, folks, if you missed the note earlier, we did not see Roman and Riddle, so you get what you get, I suppose.
Somebody goaded me.
I have seen this. It's very violent. It fucking rules. Yeah, it's very violent. It's kind of borderline like unwatchable, but it fucking rules. Not even because of just because it's Suzuki, not even because of who he's beating up. He's just fucking an animal, man. Dude's a savage. Don Callis, hold up, used to tell these stories. Like when he would do commentary for New Japan, he would sit in his like seat when no one was in the building, just watching.
Commentary?
Yeah, he was like the color commentator. That's how he got back into wrestling. And he would watch the ring. And Suzuki would just sit in the middle of the ring, and like the young lions would come, and he'd just beat the shit out of them, like just stretch them and pull their arms.
Wait, why? Is that how they trained?
It pops him, yeah, it's fun.
Wait,
did you see how excited he was when Yuta came up to him on Wednesday? He was like, "Oh, this kid's fucked,"
Wait, that sounds like.
Yeah, it's bad. It's definitely problematic, but nothing to do with me.
Isn't his wife Mako?
I don't know how, like, is that like a thing or is that like one of those? Because that was one of those.
It came like pictures and stuff, but I don't know if that's sort of.
Oh my God, what kind of pictures?
Like their wedding pictures, maybe. I don't know.
Someone was talking about this recently and was like very like coy about it, like it was like a detective thing. I don't know. I have no idea. As you know, Jaychele, I don't talk about relationships from this show. There was never a relationship that I got the scoop on this very show, right? I would never do that. I wouldn't do that. You know that. Not my style. All right. Anyway, let's do wrestler.
Jay White.
Okay, now, is Jay White here just because he pops you? Or do we have a case? Is it because...
Well, because he's going to be in the match.
Fair.
And because he's big in the build for Forbidden Door.
I will find a place for Jay White for this reason. He's amazingly good at wrestling TV, right? Like, unbelievably good. Considering that he really has... He's the catalyst. I've heard that, yeah. And when he says the name of his belt, he says it in like this incredible pace where he's like the I, W, G.
It's like he points to every letter too.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the hands are outrageous. I'll be honest, I don't know if Jay White should be on here, but he pops me, so Jay White's now on the list.
Thank you.
He's winning on Sunday, right?
Yes, please. If the match is going to be good, Joe. Match is going to be good. It's going to be very good.
What happened then? What was that about? Was you like portraying another wrestling podcaster then?
No, remember when I asked you if you thought the match was going to be good, if you were going to enjoy the match, and then you said, and then said something about Adam Cole.
I think the match will be great. I'm not particularly excited for it because it's a fatal 4-way. That's all. Okada in a 4-way kind of makes me mad. I got to be honest.
I'm
but
excited
you get what
either way.
Honestly, you would probably prefer this if Okada wrestled a singles match because it's probably be too slow moving for you. He's
God.
very.
He's
They go very long. His matches, very long. They do. They go very long. I love them, but I'm just being honest. I don't think you would love like
so
some
Edge.
of his. Well, hold on. Let's not get carried away here.
I meant timing wise.
He's like that, but like he was good. Yeah.
Okay, fair. I meant timing, like not like
Yeah.
in ring.
Yeah, no, I understand. But yeah, I think you'll probably very much enjoy this. I like Jay White. We'll put him on here, whether he belongs or not. Fuck it. All right. I'm going to put forward, as I look at my list here.
You're gonna put it for Christian Cage.
Do you have to undercut me like that?
You were late.
I'm a broadcast journalist. I was setting up. See the way I added drama with my silence there? Everyone at home leant forward and they were like, who's he going to put forward? And then boom, you just took my spot away. It's terrible. All right, yeah, Christian Cage is my pick. I honestly think he may be number one.
I would agree with number one.
He's a handsome devil. He's a great professional wrestling promo. He is a great heel. He is a king of the earth. He has incredible hair. He dresses amazingly well.
Master manipulator.
He called out Tony Schiavone's earring, which was very funny. He called people pieces of shit. He made a fool of Luchasaurus, which may be the greatest feat of all.
He said he was only in it for the money.
He's a god among men, Jaychele. Christian Cage. What else is there to say?
I don't think there's anything else to say, Joe.
You haven't got anything to add to that? What I just offered there? Oh, fair.
I don't think I can top it, so I'm just gonna leave it be.
Yeah. You know he's the instant classic, right?
No, he outworks everybody.
But now he worked everyone. Did you see that?
I loved that, yeah.
Yeah. What do you like? Shu and I were talking about this. Jungle Boy obviously should like win that feud, right?
Jungle Man.
But like, you kind of got to go with Christian with the roster so depleted and so many injuries. You've kind of got to like, he's kind of like your top heel. Seriously, who's their top heel right now, as of this very moment? Now, there's some underneath guys that we both like, but aren't pushed that way. Like, who's...
Yeah, true. It's Christian.
Like, I guess it's Cole, right? Cole, Jericho. They're the two guys, you'd probably say, right?
Oh, well, yeah. Cole isn't even really acting like a heel right now. He just has, like, people behind him that jump people, so that's makes him a heel.
He's also Jay White's little brother.
He's Jay White's little bitch.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to say that, Yeah, that's fair. All right. Jericho probably is the top heel, but like I think that kind of tells you that Christian can definitely get that spot. It's not like it's in someone's hands that you can't succeed. Yes, overtake. All right, Christian Cage. Okay, Jaychele. Who would you like to go with next? What happened? Oh no.
He's doing a powerlifting thing on Monday.
Oh my fucking god. Oh dear God. Professional wrestling is back. Dude, imagine how high he could throw Zack Sabre Jr. Oh fuck. That doesn't sound good. Where is that? Find out where it is now.
Joe! Nobody even knows.
It was so funny. Right?
I think it's on Twitch. I think it's virtual.
I was watching Dynamite with my dad, and Brian was doing the promo, and I was like, my dad doesn't know he's the free agent. So he was like, is Wardlow going to be the guy? Because he just pops him, right? Like Wardlow.
Imagine Wardlow.
I know, right? But I was like, it's going to be Cesaro. He's like, who's that? I was like, I started like getting all fired up. I was like, this big Swiss guy, he fucking throws people around. I was like, he's like a big. I was getting all like physical, explaining it to him. It was really getting me going. It was quite exciting. But
getting physical.
I was like sitting. I was like kind of doing this stuff in my arm. I was like, he just fucking swings people around. He was popping me. I hope it's him. Otherwise, I'd have embarrassed myself greatly. What if it is Wardlow?
It's not. It's not.
The best case of that was remember when Punk, it was actually the first week you were on the Late Night Grid, you reviewed Dynamite with me, and Punk was like, I'm going to have a partner tonight to wrestle FTR, and everyone thought it was Joe, and everyone was really excited about it
Oh
for me.
yeah.
So, obviously, we all had all these options online, all of us nerds. The next day, my dad watched Dynamite, and he goes, oh, it's going to be John Moxley. I was looking at him like, how do you... How did you know that? And I didn't know. It popped me. Anyway, right, who was we talking about? Oh yeah, who's your pick?
Oh shit, Asuka.
Yeah, that's because on mine. Clean win is huge.
Especially over Becky.
She was in the best 2 matches of our week, or our favorite 2 anyway.
Yeah.
And she was like unbelievable in both. Asuka's definitely on the list. All right, I would like to go.
Will Ospreay.
Orange Cassidy.
Oh, that's
Great
close.
to have him back. Obviously, Ospreay's great, but I thought Orange made it very clear on Wednesday the kind of showing he intends to put on Sunday, and they're going to rock it at the United Center. I still don't think it's the most natural fit for Will, but that doesn't mean the match won't be great. I'm excited for it. I'm really happy to have Orange back. They need him back right now with all the injuries. He is a big time star for them. As you know, people may dismiss that, but it's the truth.
You see those YouTube views?
Right, and he's unique, but he's a great pro wrestler with a great gimmick. So, Orange Cassidy. Me. Anything else on Orange, Jaychele?
I agree. I think Orange deserves to be on the list.
Right.
I have another name that I would like to say.
Okay.
Jordan Grace.
Yes, I thought this. I think this one's very natural. So, obviously, I didn't watch, but when I saw the result, I was very happy for Jordan because since Deonna came in, she has kind of taken this role of like division veteran who you use to do other things because she's so good.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see her get another chance to be like the centerpiece of the division. I'm sure you are too. Thoughts on Jordan as champ?
I'm so excited for her. I'm so happy for her. She's extremely deserving, even if it comes from Tasha. I knew it was going to happen eventually. I just hope that it was either Jordan or Mia, like I said before.
Yeah.
I mean, Mia obviously has the contract stuff or whatever, but Jordan is a perfect fit. I think she's incredibly deserving. She works her ass off, even when she was doing indies and stuff. Like in the ring, in the gym, she's always like 110%. So I'm very happy for her. She's extremely deserving. Good person too.
She's tremendous. She's kind of been the like reliable core of that division in a lot of ways for a while now. When did she join Impact? Right, it's been a while, right? Must have been at least 3 years now. Has to have been.
Yes. Google.
Yeah, because it feels like she's been in that division for a long time now. So, yeah, I'm very happy for her. She has to be on this list. All right, well, I think we're probably ready to rank because other than that, I don't think there's any names that jump off the page unless I'm missing some
She
folks.
joined
Again,
in 2018.
there you go, 4-year run. As much as we love him and we're going to put him on to pop ourselves, Jay White needs to be 5th here, right?
Yes, as long as he's on the list.
Fair. All right.
He's like the center of like all the big stars in AEW. Like besides the AEW World Championship match, I think that's the biggest match on the card.
Well, he's the catalyst.
Exactly.
Or as Oracle said, the knife pervert.
Why do you need to call him that?
It's very funny, in fairness. A knife pervert is insane. That's like a ridiculous thing to say. That's two words going together that is just incredible. You know, knife pervert. That sounds. You know, it sounds terrible. Awful. Imagine Jim Ross calling him a knife pervert. Anyway, right, who do we think should be first? Christian Cage?
Yeah.
Yeah, we agree?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, he's a handsome devil. Christian Cage is in at 1. We then have Asuka, Orange, Jordan Grace. Who would you like to go with next?
I think we go Asuka, Jordan Grace, Orange.
I'm completely fine with that. Honestly, Asuka probably has a case to be 1, considering she's in our top 2 matches. But I did call Christian a god among men earlier, so I feel like
she'll get her points. Christian deserves his points.
There you go. Good idea. Points. Remember them? Points. All right, I'm going to update this. I'm going to update this for next week. I hope you've enjoyed this, folks. Jaychele, do some plugs and promotions.
Oh,
You got a
yeah.
lot coming up. Go ahead.
Yeah, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Nicole. I have a bunch of notes from the media call if you don't want to listen to it, but if you do want to listen to it, it's up now on my YouTube channel with the timestamp to when I asked my question. So if you want to tune in just to support me, you can go check it out over there on my channel. Tomorrow at 3 p.m., the Chris Statlander interview will be going up with some SE Scoops articles, and I'm sure Russell Pierce will do some stuff as well. Joe, go fuck yourself. Anyway, go to my pinned tweet now if you want to look at a portfolio of all of my work too.
What incredible branding. A portfolio. That fucking rules. Oh, it still pops me like how well when you did that press release, for Wrestling with Whiteness, I was
Yeah.
like, I remember talking to you about it, I was like, that sounds like a good idea. But like, because I'm a dumb fuck, I didn't really think it through. Like, I knew you'd do it good, but I didn't know how. So I was like, that seems good. And then that day I was scrolling through Twitter and it was like, WrestleZone, new documentary. Everyone run a story.
Russell Talk ran a story. It popped me
Yeah,
huge.
Wrestle Talk. Like, it's awesome. All right, folks, we'll be back. Jaychele may be there. Hopefully, she is to remind me of the bit that I have legitimately already forgotten. Not joking. I've actually forgotten what that was that I should remind me of. So, in about 5 hours.
Oh, I already forgot, Joe.
Oh, dear. Well, in about 5 hours, we're going to be doing the Late Night Grin, the flagship program. Immediately after Rampage, it'll go 3 or 4 hours. Greg Gagne, that's it. Thank you, Joe. Go that 3 or 4 hours. We'll preview Forbidden Door. Then on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, I'll be doing Fleet Week, which is the new AEW show that I do to kind of wrap up the week. This week, obviously, will be different because we're before the pay-per-view, but hopefully you guys have fun with that. And I basically look at the week that was in AEW TV and then look ahead. So that is coming out this weekend. Next week is a big week. Monday, I'm going to be reviewing Forbidden Door. It may be a solo review, unless Jaychele definitely watches it.
We'll see. It depends how much I like the Jay White match.
Honestly, fair. It does pop me that I think when we was like looking at our schedules, like as a team, I think we all pencil Forbidden Door in as being like a big thing for our platform. And I think it's very likely I review the show on my own, which that doesn't bother me, but it's funny. So that's going to be Monday. Tuesday, the Burt will be back, Tuesday through Friday, obviously. But Tuesday night, we're doing a show where we're going to rank the Money in the Bank winners. That version of them, encapsulate. We're going to rank them. Wednesday, the Burt. Thursday, Grin Grappler, Terrence Funk.
Fuck Green Grappler.
Friday, when SmackDown is on, after Retire the Rankings, when SmackDown is on, we're going to do a Money in the Bank preview show, and then we'll go to the Grin after Rampage. So that's next week. Lots to look forward to. We appreciate you guys. I hope you've enjoyed us getting back in the swing of things with myself being back from holiday, Jaychele being back from what she described as her life falling apart, which fair. So we hope you've enjoyed all this stuff. There was something else I had to say. Oh, yeah, the grin-alongs recently. We hope you enjoyed those too. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, latenightgrin.com. We've been doing a lot of those recently. The one we did last night, we didn't watch the matches at all. We had a lot of fun, right? We really do have a lot of fun. Yes. There you go, folks. This is the stuff you miss out on if you're
It's
not
an
Patreon.
exclusive.
These are the things you miss out on. Incredible.
And
All
then
right.
I made these last night.
Factual. So much going on over at latenightgrin.com, including the Grin tonight. We hope to see you there. But either way, enjoy this outro, folks. All hell.